Not so fast, Pete Hegseth. You're not going to make it yet, I think, to be confirmed as the head of the Pentagon and get that great honor. Not with your track record and body of work. We've got new reporting that Senator Jack Reed, the ranking Democrat on the Armed Services Committee, has been able to convince the former sister-in-law of Pete Hegseth to finally come forward in sworn testimony and tell the world what she's always known, that her allegations are that Pete Hegseth abused physically her sister. The sister had to use a code word to avoid being injured or beaten by Pete Hegseth with her sister, and hid in the closet. Also, the sister said she's seen Pete Hegseth drunk in public, including in his uniform, all reasons to disqualify. The question is, can Jack Reed use this information and get enough votes peeled away in the Armed Services Committee by Republicans that this nomination fails in committee? I cover it all on Popok Live, a brand new podcast only on the Midas Touch Network. Take a listen. Let's touch on the final story for today. No surprise. We knew that Pete Hegseth, there have been rumors about sexual abuse, misogyny, about infidelity in his marriage for a long, long time. We knew about an allegation of rape in Washington that he settled with a non-disclosure agreement. We know he's represented by a Trumper in Tim Parlatore, a lawyer. We know that they've been trying to keep away from the Senate all of the women who would come out against Pete Hegseth, all the ones that, as alleged, saw him drunk, sometimes in uniform, publicly intoxicated, calling about killing Muslims. These are the allegations. We know that there were going to be people that were going to, as the New York Times did and other reporting did, who were going to testify, hopefully, about his mismanagement of two veterans organizations and how he's run out on a rail related to that. Yeah. And now we've got, finally, the dam is broken. We finally have the ex-sister-in-law. It's always the ex-sister-in-law, by the way. The ex-sister-in-law came forward and said when he was married 3 times, he cheated on 2 of the wives to get to the third, that his Danielle Dietrich Hegseth, that the sister had a safe word, a code word with her sister, the one that submitted the affidavit to Jack Reed on the Armed Services Committee for the Democrats, when she was being abused, to make sure that she wasn't killed. And she also testified in the sworn affidavit that her sister had to hide in the closet from a violent Pete Hegseth, that she observed him in uniform being publicly intoxicated, being violent. This is all laid out. Now, the question is, can Jack Reed, now having obtained it from somebody who was not that willing to give it, is he going to be able to use that to get some of these Republicans off the fence and vote against Pete Hegseth, who is wholly unqualified and unfit for the office to be the chairman to be the Secretary of Defense? Yeah. So we got to start working hard to take down some of these cabinet nominees. Pam Bondi looks like she's going to slide through. Oh, one note about Pam Bondi: she made over $1 million lobbying on behalf of those private prisons entities that I told you about earlier. So I don't know about draining the swamp, but that's how Pam Bondi made her money. So look, she's going to get through. The Treasury Secretary is going to get through, and some others are going to get through. The question is, some of the more radical ones, RFK Jr., this guy, Pete Hegseth, and Tulsi Gabbard and Kash Patel, are they going to get through? I'm not so sure about that yet. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. We are trying to build, and we're doing it really successfully with your help, this pro-democracy channel on Legal AF. Take a minute, hit the free subscribe button, help us towards our march to get 500,000 by our half birthday. We're already at about 420,000 with your help. Popok Live, brand new podcast. It's like Jimmy Kimmel Live, except without Jimmy. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Midas Touch Network. It's far-ranging. I take questions, I give answers, I don't pull any punches, and I don't take prisoners. Popok Live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Midas Touch Network. So until my next reporting, I'm Michael Popok.
In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.